everyone. So today we're gonna be spring cleaning my bathroom together. The cleaning got so serious in this. It's a real spring cleaning. We really got in there. We lost 2 whole nails in the process. So you know that we really got in there and cleaned when you lose a whole bunch of nails. So today we're gonna be decluttering, organizing, and cleaning my bathroom. And I'm so excited because this is one of my favorite spaces to organize. And I got all excited because I got some new stuff. I got some new organizing things. So I was excited to put those together and see how I can make better use of my space. And of course we go through and give it a really good clean. So you'll see before and afters with that as well. So that's what we're doing today. We're spring cleaning my bathroom together. Before we start decluttering and cleaning and organizing, I wanted to mention the sponsor for today's video. Today's video is sponsored by Scentbird, which you'll see how I store my Scentbird fragrances. You'll see that in this video as well as we're cleaning and organizing. I cannot get enough of Scentbird. I've been talking about them for a while now, probably over a year. Yeah, it's been over a year now because the first fragrance I tried, I was going on a trip and I was so excited to try Scentbird because I loved their packaging and thought it would be perfect for my trip. And the fragrance I got ended up being one of my favorites of all time, which you'll see that fragrance today as well as we get into this video. But that was kind of my introduction to Scentbird, and I've been loving it ever since because I love trying new fragrances, especially as we get into different seasons. We're coming up into spring, so Scentbird is perfect for that. So if you haven't heard of Scentbird before, Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service where you can choose a new designer fragrance every single month for just $16. Also, Scentbird is flexible, so you can skip any month without penalties. Scentbird has over 600 different brands to choose from, which is really great. You can switch up your scents and you can try scents maybe that you've been wanting to try. And if you're wanting to try more, you can also upgrade and get 2 or 3 fragrances per month. Anyways, I wanted to show you the 3 fragrances I got this month from Scentbird. Wanted to try some new fragrances for spring. And what I was kind of talking about with the packaging when I was talking about traveling, their packaging gets me the most excited. I love anything that I can throw in a purse or bag or whatever luggage and don't have to worry about it breaking all over the place. It comes in this little vessel basically, and you twist it up and then you can pull the bottle, it pops right out, and you get a 30-day supply in each fragrance. All right, the first one I got is Catherine Maladrino and it's called Dream. And the notes on this one, apple, rhubarb, peony, and sheer musk. And this one is really nice and fresh, has enough floral and musk to balance out the apple so it doesn't smell like, you know, sour apple all over. Second fragrance I got from Scentbird this month. This one is from the brand Hermetica, and this is called Source One. And this one smells so good because it has all the things I love in a perfume. It has bergamot essence, dry amber molecule, and fresh wood molecule. And it smells so good. But my favorite fragrance of the month is this one right here. I cannot get enough of this. From the brand Pamela Roland. There's no name of it, it's just Pamela Roland. And this smells so freaking good. This is so perfect for spring and summer. The notes on this one, sparkling bergamot. I have a thing for bergamot. It smells so good. Okay, pink peppercorn, roses, amber woods, and tonka bean. It just smells so good, so balanced. You have that rose, but you have that bergamot, that citrus that kind of brightens it up a little bit and kind of makes it not too sweet. It doesn't smell too sweet. It just doesn't have that overwhelming rose that just wipes you out. You know what I mean? Pamela Roland, I highly recommend it if you're looking for something for spring and summer and you like something a little citrus, a little floral. So if you've been wanting to try some new fragrances in general, or if you're looking for a new scent for springtime, definitely check out Scentbird. And right now you can get 55% off your first month with Scentbird if you use my code JADETL55. So that's just $7 for your first order. And I'll have the link down in the description box for you as well. That is a killer deal. I cannot stop smelling this one. I just want to bathe in it. Now that we talked about all sorts of spring scents and all the smell good stuff, speaking of smelling good, we're gonna get into this bathroom spring cleaning. Let's jump into this bathroom clean out, spring clean extravaganza. Let's do it. All right, so before we start cleaning, we're gonna take a little gander at our mess we're gonna be dealing with today. It's been worse but it's still pretty bad, not gonna lie. Got a mound of clothes I need to put away. And then this is my husband's sink area, which is just general stuff left out from the morning. So mouthwash, shaving cream, got some dog medication stuff. Then my side, which is always like a tornado running right through it kind of situation. I did have a stack of towels I was gonna be using while cleaning today, but still, it was bad. Anyways, let's jump into this cleaning situation. We're gonna start with decluttering all of the cabinets and drawers. We're starting with my side. Oh, hello. So under here, I keep all my hair products, skincare products, body products, hair dryer, all that kind of stuff. So I'm separating everything into categories. So I have all my skincare together, all my hair care together, and body stuff together. And then that way I can see if I have any duplicates or if there's anything I wasn't using. Usually if I'm not using something or if it wasn't for me, I'll maybe pass it on if somebody else wants to try it, like my mom or somebody, not just a random person, but like my mom or friend or something like that. But the thing that really annoyed me about this situation is I had so many products that were almost gone. So I hadn't really accumulated a whole lot from last year, which I'm really proud of, but I still had products that I was using up that I hadn't gotten through yet. But it was so close. I just was thinking about all the space I could be saving. I was so annoyed by that, but it's all right. We moved on, got through it. Also in this area, I feel like I was really wasting a lot of vertical space in this cabinet area. I had this random pull-out drawer thing. Like there weren't two tiers. It was just one pull-out drawer. And I'm like, wait, there's so much empty space. I could stack things and have way more space and have it look way more organized instead of just like one layer of all the hair products on the bottom of the cabinet. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's the end of my rant. Here I'm taking everything out of the cabinet and I'm going in with my handy dandy Dyson to suck up any dust down there in the crevices and, well, not down there, but in the cabinet. All right, people. All right. I'm not mature enough for this. Okay, we're going in and sucking up the dust, and then we're gonna go in with my favorite Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose spray. This is the peppermint scent. I know it's not spring related. This is like Christmas time. But this was almost gone. I wanted to get through it so I can move on to my spring scents in my home. And I actually ended up doing that with a couple of Mrs. Meyer's scents. I think it was peppermint and the basil I was trying to get through. So it was a whole peppermint basil situation. All right, so 3,000 years later, we're still wiping this down. We're moving on though to this organizer that I got from Amazon. I'll try to link all the organizers that I use in the description box, by the way. So you'll see them down there. But this organizer, I kind of mentioned earlier how everything was kind of just cluttered at the bottom of this cabinet, but I had some vertical space to work with. So this was the perfect shelf for that. I thought it was going to be metal. It ended up being plastic. It looks metal on Amazon, but once I put it together, it's actually pretty sturdy. It also comes with some clips and little containers where you can like hang a comb or whatever you want to hang from it. You'll see a couple of things I do here. Here I wiped down all my bottles and I'm putting all of my stuff that I'm getting through or I'm currently using on the bottom shelf, all my hair products. Top shelf is all skincare, but I also have some lotions, saline solution, stuff like that. And the front little container I was talking about came with the shelf, so I put my Tangle Teaser and wet brush in there. Moving on, this is another new thing that I got. I was looking for a lot of black items because you know me. This is to store my blow dryer and curling iron and flat iron. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. But all of my hair tools basically. And it just wasn't doing it for me. There was something about it that was just off. Like I felt like it was a lot of wasted space. My tools were kind of just dangling in there. And you'll see here that I still had my round brushes to kind of fit in here. So I ended up taking all of my hot tools and putting them back into the container I had before. I don't know if this is a magazine rack or a file thing. I don't know what this is, but I'll try to find something similar and I'll link it in the description. So even though this container it doesn't have a designated spot for each thing, I actually like it better because I feel like I can put the stuff I don't use as much towards the bottom and the stuff I use more of at the top, and it has the vertical space situation. So I might come up with something better later, but it wasn't bothering me before. I just wanted something fancier and it just wasn't working for me. And if you've been around here for a while, you may know that I hate returning anything. So I was determined to make this work. Let me know if you're also like that in the comments. But I ended up putting my brushes in the little slot things, and then I put all of my teasing combs in the front and comb things in the front. And I ended up really liking it actually. Anyways, here's the before. Lots of wasted space. Look at all that open space on the right there. Dang. And here is the after, which this just makes my soul so happy. Everything is just so much more accessible. I can just grab it, know exactly where it's at, and feels good. Okay, moving on to my little drawer areas. This one, I'm not gonna lie, not a huge before and after transformation. This is a lot of travel size stuff, back stock, some skincare I've been wanting to try. So here I'm just pulling everything out and decluttering as I go, seeing if anything's expired or dried out. Or empty, anything like that. Also, if there was something that just didn't work for, whether it was skincare that didn't work for my skin type or hair care that didn't work for my hair, I'll either try to see if anyone else wants it or I'll part with it if it didn't work, because I'm not going to use it. It's just taking up space. And then here I'm going through my essential oils, going through and just taking everything out. Then I'm going to go in with my handy dandy Dyson, get in there, get the dust out, any crumbs and whatever else, especially back in those corners. I love the little brush attachment once again for that to get anything out of there. All right, so now I'm questioning all my life choices because I don't think I wiped this drawer down. We're spring cleaning, Jade. Go back. I'm just kidding. I guess I didn't wipe this drawer down, but we will live to tell the tale, and I am putting everything back into the drawer. And everything is really small and weird shaped and all different heights and shapes and sizes. So you know what? Just putting everything back where I can find a place for it. And I did the best I could. But the before and after of this, it's satisfying, but not nearly as aesthetically pleasing as some others. All right, so moving on to my next drawer. This is my drawer that has washcloths, facial towels, that kind of thing in here. And I didn't always have a facial towel drawer, but ever since I got one, when it's cleaned out, that is, ever since I got one, I love it so much because I always forget to grab a towel for my face. So I'm walking around and I can't see anything and I don't want to open my eyes, but also I know Michael Myers is behind me and my face is all wet. So my facial towel drawer helps me avoid all of that. Anyways, even if you just have a little basket or tray, I swear by this whole situation. Anyways, here I'm just folding up my towels. I also went through them to make sure none of them had any holes or whatnot. And anything that has holes, I just they end up graduating to a cleaning cloth. So anyways, here I'm going through and folding them. I had them folded to where they were kind of stacked, but now I'm rolling them because I feel like rolling them helped save some space. And clearly I was having some issues with space in here before. So I'm rolling these. And then I'm also going to put makeup remover wipes, and I have some makeup bags that have little headbands and things like that in here. I love using old makeup bags for things like hair ties, headbands, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, there was the before and after. I feel like that one was really relieving, felt really good. Still had some extra room in there for who knows what. Anyways, moving on to this top drawer. This is a disaster, right? Oh god, ghoul, this one needs some work. So I'm going through and taking everything out and go through the same little process, take everything out, use my handy dandy Dyson, and then wipe everything down with Christmas smells. All right, so now we're to the good part. We're going through and decluttering everything. A lot of stuff in this drawer was just in the wrong spot. I had a lot of first aid stuff that goes in my little first aid bin that's in my linen closet, which, by the way, if you haven't seen my linen closet makeover from last year, that was one of my favorites. And I'll have it linked in the description for you. But anyways, once I went through everything and got rid of any trash or old stuff or anything that didn't belong in this space, I put in some new organizers. Once again, Amazon coming through with the organizers. I love these ones because they stack. So I put a bunch of hair ties in one of them and then stacked another one on top of it. And then I put some hair clips in the one that I had just stacked. And then I ended up moving the hair clips to the back. And then you'll see I kind of maneuver things around a little bit. And I really try to think about what I reach for the most in this drawer and where I'm looking for it. So I have all my whitening pins towards the front. I also have lip scrub, lip balm, also some sunscreen, and then I have my deodorants and also another Tangle teaser. Anyways, here's the before and here is the after. This was another satisfying one. That one looks so good. All right, continuing on our decluttering journey, I'm moving on to my husband's side of the sink area. And I'm once again going to take everything out and start decluttering and wiping everything down, getting everything nice and cleaned out. This had a bunch of old towels in here and some of my hair wraps, which I ended up folding up and putting in my facial towel drawer where I had that extra space. And I was keeping some old towels because I like to use towels that have holes in them or just really old. I like to cut them into small squares and use them for cleaning rags. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I don't have to spend money on new cleaning rags just to get them all gross. And I keep some under each sink in the house so I can easily wipe down a sink whenever I need to. Anyways, back with another shelf situation. With this one on the top shelf, I'm just rolling up some old rags. This is kind of an example of a towel I had cut up. Also some other little towels they were old kitchen towels that I was using up here, and a magic eraser and sponge situation. Putting everything under here for now because in this cabinet thing, I had some more cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So I figured I could put some more since I had a bunch of space on the bottom shelf of that little shelf thing. I could clean this out and take some of the cleaning supplies that were in here and put them on the bottom shelf. So here I'm doing exactly that. Just cleaning everything out, putting some of the toilet cleaner on the bottom shelf. Also, any Mrs. Meyer's that was already open or cleaner I need to use. And then on the bottom shelf of the little cabinet, I have some of my Mrs. Meyer's back stock. Is anyone else a sucker for the Mrs. Meyer's seasonal stuff? Because I can't stop buying it, and now I have this hoarding situation. All right, anyways, top shelf is all personal care stuff. Rubbing alcohol, shaving cream, what is that, mouthwash. Anyways, here's the before and here is the after. It looks a little better, still a lot in there, lots of Mrs. Meyer's. Anyways, this is a container that was underneath the sink before. It's from IKEA. I put some Swiffer wipes in there, and actually those old kitchen towels I put in here as well because I don't use those as often as the smaller ones. So I ended up putting microfiber cloths there instead, and some knockoff Dollar Tree Swiffer wipes on the top. That way I have all my cleaning stuff on the top shelf. So that way it makes it easier for us to grab a cloth, wipe down the sink every single day. So it just is easier to maintain. All right, making some finishing touches, pulling a bag through the little front hole of this container so I can just grab it. It's for my, just a grocery bag that I use for my little trash cans. Also threw in some paper towels. Here is the before and here is the after. This one is super satisfying. Okay, moving on to the other little small cabinet on the other side of the bigger cabinet. Whatever. Anyways, what are voiceovers? Okay, clearing this out once again, wiping everything down. And this is our hair color bleach toner cabinet. So I'm going through all the toners and hair colors here to see if anything has busted open or we're not using it anymore, that kind of thing. And I'm closing it up. So that's that. Also, this little container is from Target 300 years ago. And probably not that long, probably 10 years ago. Anyways, on the top shelf of this cabinet, I have all of my what is this? Developer, Olaplex. Also, my powder bleach is up here. And then on the bottom shelf, I have, that's where I put my toner container, gloves. Also, I had some leftover orange hair color, which I don't know if I'm going to do it again. So I kept it just in case. And some new toner I'm wanting to try out. Also threw in a coloring bowl and a color bottle in there or use it for toner. Anyways, there's before and there is the after. I've got my little hair color station going. I got to do my roots really bad. And here I've already moved on to my cabinet doors, just wiping them down. I'm using my Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose spray for this, but I will use a magic eraser if I have a bad stain on there or fingerprint or something like that. Anyways, moving on to the drawers of this little area, emptying everything out, cleaning it all out. This is mainly toothpaste, deodorant, also my dog's medications and syringes that I have to plunge because they don't like to swallow pills. Cleaning all this out with my handy dandy Dyson, wiping it down, which I think at this point I have moved on to the basil scent, and I'm adding some organizers to my husband's side, which this is new for him. I think it came with like 13 pieces in this set thing. Anyways, put some nail clippers, some toothpick or, floss things, and the dog stuff. Also toothpaste, deodorant, and I ended up taking the dog stuff out of here and putting it in the other drawer, which you'll see in a second, but this is the before and then this is the after. This is so aesthetically pleasing. I am so satisfied with this. All right, so here's the other drawer. My husband keeps his clippers, but also we keep the straightener in here because fun fact, my husband has curly hair naturally, so he does use the straightener nearly every day, so we keep it in here as well. And I also moved the dog's medications to this drawer as well. All right, moving on to my vanity drawer, which this one is always really bad. I don't know how it always gets this way every single year. I mean, at least we could actually open the drawer this year, unlike last year, so I guess I should be proud of myself for the improvement, but it's still terrible and disgusting. So we're emptying everything out and cleaning out these organizers. I think I got these from Bed Bath & Beyond forever ago. Anyways, sucking up all the gross stuff with my handy dandy Dyson and wiping everything down. I sprayed this stuff with the Mrs. Meyer's, by the way. It's also really easy to just do this in the sink if you want to do it that way. But I just went ahead and wiped everything down by hand. But yeah, just taking everything out. And as I'm taking everything out, once again, I'm decluttering as I go and just pulling anything out that I'm not using or any lipsticks that are dried out or anything that is expired or just needs to go in my office where I store my makeup. So if I'm just not using it right now, if it's kind of a seasonal thing, I'll do that. And I'm doing the same thing here in this drawer, just taking everything out and making decisions. And also if there's a makeup brush or whatever, I'll put it in my makeup brush area. Also had a really old beauty blender I had to get rid of. That thing was ancient and shriveled up. Anyways, here I am cleaning out the drawer, vacuuming it, spraying it down. I also like to get in the nooks and crannies with an old toothbrush. I love repurposing old toothbrushes for this purpose and just scrubbing everything down, wiping everything down. I know there's still a black spot right there. That's nail polish. I got to take it off with some nail polish remover or pick it off, or I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but left it there for now because I'm not messing with it today. And we're going in and we're putting our organizers back. They're nice and clean and shiny. And we're putting all of our things back, just playing a little game of Tetris, finding the best places for all of the things that I want to keep in my drawer for now or my vanity for now. So I also like to swap out my palettes and have new palettes to play around with. So here is the before and after. Wow, that feels so good. This one's always so satisfying. This one, ooh, that vanity, because it's always a disaster. Anyways, the top of the vanity though is still a disaster. So we're going through it. By the way, that little jar thing, it's not pee. I kept laughing at myself as I was editing this. It's olive oil with tea tree oil in there. I had made the concoction to help heal an ingrown toenail and I didn't want to waste the rest of it when I was done and it was all healed. So I just left it there. So I found a place for it, but it's not pee. I figured somebody would be like, what's that yellow stuff in that random jar? Anyways, that's what it is. Okay, so here I'm going through all of my eyeliners. I am an eyeliner junkie. I love eyeliners so much. So I have all my colorful eyeliners. In the first two ones, I have my eyebrow pencils in the third little container thing. And then in the last little area, I have all my lip liners. Moving on to my little acrylic drawer set. Got this from Bed Bath & Beyond a long time ago. I'm just wiping it down, getting everything cleaned off. And this is where I store my liquid lipsticks. And I had a bunch of liquid lipsticks that I had. They're basically down to the very end, all dried out and expired, but I've been using them anyway. But don't tell anyone that. Anyway, so here I'm organizing all my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. These are my favorite ones. And I'm just organizing them. Kind of go from lighter to darker, but also cool tone, warm tone. Try to do a little Roy G. Biv action, that too. And this is all my darker lipstick stuff, Necromancy and Killstar. And then my leftover Lime Crime ones, my Black Moon, just like all my little random liquid lipsticks I put in the last drawer at the bottom. All right, moving on. I have this cute little coffin brush organizer. I don't know why I almost just couldn't think of what it was because I was too mesmerized by the coffin aspect. Anyways, it's a coffin brush organizer that I got off Amazon. I'll link this in the description as well. I love this thing. I'm putting all my big brushes in this. And then all the rest of my brushes I store in these glass skulls that I get from Michael's every year around Halloween. I have this purple one where I put all my fluffy blending brushes. And I really need to clean all of my brushes at this point. I was going to do it in this video, but I knew it would take 5,000 years. I have so many brushes to clean. And I like to keep a lot of brushes on hand just for everyday looks, for conceptual looks. And then in the other glass skull, I keep all my little detailed brushes, little small ones. And I did declutter my brushes in the process. I have a whole little sack that I prepared for my mom with brushes, skincare, little hair products, that kind of thing. She's going to be all excited. All right. Anyways, now we're moving on to the cleaning portion of this video. We are done decluttering officially. So I'm going through, I'm starting from the top down, just getting all the cobwebs first, getting the tops of the light bulbs, getting those all dusted off, and getting all the nooks and crannies, all the spider webs, although it's always a good part of the aesthetic, but we're spring cleaning, so we got to take them down. Prepare for the new spiders that are coming in. All right, so now that we got all the cobwebs, I'm clearing off my countertops and dusting them off with a little Swiffer action. Then I'm going in with my favorite ever mirror cleaner, which is just good old vinegar and water. Just fill up an old Mrs. Meyer's bottle about a third of the way with vinegar, the rest with water, and there is not a streak to be found. All right, then also wiping down the counter or vanity top with, what is this? The Mrs. Meyer's basil scent. I also got the front drawer and pull, but I don't know if I got that when I was cleaning out the inside or what, but I know I did it eventually. So anyways, here I'm putting everything back on my vanity. All the stuff basically we just organized, I'm putting back on my vanity, my skulls, and also my up close and personal mirror I'm putting in the center. Also, to add to the little spooky aesthetic, I added a little jack-o'-lantern and put my little beauty blender in there. All right, we're already moving on in turbo speed. We're grabbing everything off of the vanity super fast. We're wiping down this little tray thing. Then we're going in with my canisters and wiping those down. And these are the same Jonathan Adler canisters I have in my kitchen, but I have the smaller ones in my bathroom. This peroxide one, I keep my little cotton pads in there for taking off eye makeup, that kind of thing. And then in the smaller one, I keep my little toothpick, what are those? Flosser things. And so I refilled those because I was almost out. And then in this other little container, this is also Jonathan Adler, I keep all my little Q-tips. All right, wiping down my mirror, my big mirror, once again with my vinegar and water spray. Now moving on to my side of the sink, which still has that broken faucet. It's been a full year, y'all, and I still haven't put on a new faucet. I did buy some black faucets though. And so we're going to put them on. I think we'll do a spring vlog and do a bunch of stuff on my to-do list. We'll put them on together and it will be, I'm sure, very entertaining because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, here I'm scrubbing my sink with, I get the grout lines with an old toothbrush and around the sink, or what is that, faucet? Yeah, that's what it is. And while I was jabbing my jaws about the faucet, I'd used this Kaboom spray, which made my whole freaking bathroom and bedroom reek. I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I needed to get through it. I had it forever, but I don't know if I can do it. Anyways, used a Scrub Daddy sponge to scrub everything and then went in and dried it off with a towel. All right, so here I'm putting everything back on my little tray thing. I got my skincare. I have more skincare in that little fridge that I totally forgot to clean out in here. But anyways, I have my little canisters, little ring holder, and also my Confessions of a Rebel Get a Room perfume. This is what I was talking about. One of my favorites. It's the first perfume I tried from Scentbird and one of my favorites ever. Also my little Scentbird perfumes I have in that little container right there. Then I'm putting my little Amazon, I think this is the Echo Show, putting that back. I was listening to an audiobook, and then I'm putting a little floral, little touch of something. This is from Target forever ago, putting that on my little tray. And here's the before on my side of the bathroom, and then the after. Looks all nice and clean. And we're moving on to my husband's side. We're back over here. We're doing some cleaning now that we've officially decluttered everywhere. Grabbing our toothbrush holder, putting some soap in there and some warm water. I'm going to let that sit because it was pretty gnarly. Then we're taking everything else off the sink, taking off that skull wax warmer I got from Target. Nope, sorry, not Target, Walmart a couple years ago during Halloween season, taking everything off the sink, spraying the mirror down with my favorite vinegar and water once again, and wiping it down. If you see me talking to myself, I'm really talking to Dallas. He was sitting there keeping me company for a little while. All right, so here I am spraying the Kaboom smelly spray all over the place. I want to say I'm being dramatic, but even Dallas noticed. He walked in the room and was like, what is that smell? I'm like, I know, I'm never using it again. Okay, anyways, here I'm going through and scrubbing all the grout lines and around the faucet and everything with this old toothbrush. And some of the stains on the sink are kind of a lost cause because this is an older sink. I cannot wait till we get to a point where we can redo our bathroom. It makes me the most excited. I have all the ideas. But just a reminder, if you don't have an updated bathroom, no big deal. It can still look shiny and feel good and smell good, minus the stuff that I don't like the smell of, but that's besides the point. Anyways, now that we've scrubbed everything, I'm just finishing up by wiping everything down. And then I'm going to start bringing everything back to the sink area. So I have this little tray. It's a mirrored tray. So I, of course, used my vinegar and water. And then also brought back my skull guy, plugged him in, got him going, all fancy and spooky. And then I put my Mrs. Meyer's. This is the compassion flower smell. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I think they had it last year sometime. I don't know if they have it all the time, but it smells so good. Anyway, put my husband's colognes back. Anyways, back to our toothbrush holder, rinsing that out and going in with a rag and cleaning out and drying out the inside and getting any gross gunk that was in there. And I go in with a toothbrush, the old toothbrush, and help the rag kind of around on the inside. It really helps out getting that toothbrush in there. Anyways, getting everything off the floor because we're getting ready to clean the floorboards and the floor. So I'm getting my rugs, my towels, off the hooks to go put those in the laundry, getting my laundry basket out of the way, getting all the trash out of the way, cleaning out my trash can while I'm at it, and on the outside of the trash can as well. Come on, ghoul. All right, I had gotten this far and realized I totally didn't wipe down the cabinets on my side of the sink, so we're doing that now. So just spraying down the fronts of the cabinets because we already did the inside and the drawers and getting all the pulls and everything like that. Just getting everything nice and wiped down and cleaned off. And now we're moving on to the tub. So I'm going in with my handy dandy Dyson and getting all the dust cleared off and any spider web things. And then going in and I'm spraying down my tub first to get it like just a nice little surface clean. And this is just my general clean that I do to keep up the tub throughout the year. You know, just my general cleaning. But once a year, I also run the jets and clean out the jets. So here I'm just scrubbing my tub down. I sprayed it with some Mrs. Meyer's. I used a sponge to scrub it down, and then I wash everything away with a cup, you know, get it all rinsed off. Then I'm filling my tub, and I'm going to throw in a little dishwasher tab because we're going to clean the jets, throw it in, and run the jets and let that clean out. There are also jet cleaner tab things you can get too off Amazon, but I just use a dishwasher tab. All right, moving on. These shower heads were disgusting. So I took some little plastic baggies, filled it with vinegar, just like kitchen vinegar, white vinegar, that kind of thing. And then I put a clip on it and let it soak. I'm leaving that there. Then I took off these loofahs. I'm replacing our loofahs loofahs with a silicone scrubber thing because I just can't keep up with them. They never last. And then look at this bench. You can't even sit on it. It's got so much stuff on it. So I cleared it off, got rid of the stuff I wasn't using or that was empty and all that kind of stuff. And then my tub, I'd let it kind of soak for about, or let the jets run for about 20 minutes, emptied the tub. Then I rinsed the tub with just a cup and water and just kind of got all the stuff off the sides, and then I dried everything off. And I hardly use my tub, so I only do the jet cleaning once a year just to maintain it. But if you use it more, you can do more or whatever you want to do. All right, here we're already moving on to the shower. We don't got time to chat. Anyways, we're getting serious. So here I'm using one of those kitchen wand things where you fill it up with dish soap, but I filled it up with a little bit of dish soap and some, like about a quarter of the way with dish soap, and then the rest with vinegar. Kitchen vinegar, white vinegar, whatever. And I'm scrubbing the walls and the grout of my shower. So I did this, if you watched my office cleaning video that I just posted last week, I did the same thing with the shower in there. I figured I would give it a try in here. I'm also using my old toothbrush to get in the grout lines. Normally with my shower, if you've watched my bathroom cleaning videos, I normally use a toilet cleaner with bleach. And I run it into the grout lines, and it really does help brighten up my grout lines. If you have any mold, it gets rid of it. It's amazing. It's basically magic. But I was reading, some of you in the comments mentioned that it can break down your grout, and I'm not about to have that because I'm not trying to redo my bathroom right this second. So I figured I'd try the Dawn dish soap and the vinegar mixture, and it actually really did. It did more than I thought it was going to do. In general, the Dawn dish soap and the vinegar, I feel like is going to help maintain my shower, just scrubbing it a little bit while I'm in there every day. First of all, wait, look at what it did with these little nozzle handle things. How shiny and bright they look. They were so dull before, and just, oh my gosh, it's like a whole different shower. Anyways, I figured I'd try this out for a while. And if I need to use the bleach toilet cleaner thing, I can just do some, random spot cleaning on rare occasions where it's really bad. But I may not even do that because I'm telling you, the Dawn dish soap and vinegar actually did surprise me. It got a lot of that mold and mildew off, like especially down towards the bottom of my shower. There was another suggestion last year during one of my, I think it was my bathroom cleaning video, to use a steamer. And I found one on Amazon on sale during Black Friday. So I tried it, and I'm going to show you right here. This gets disgusting. Let me just tell you, this area here, there's no drain, standing water because we're all wet when we stand here. So I wanted to compare the Dawn dish soap and vinegar to the steamer and see which one got cleaner or if it was about the same. And the steamer I got, it had like a bunch of different nozzles it came with and everything. I think the brand is Bissell. This video is not sponsored or anything. I wanted to come up with some alternatives because I know the toilet bowl cleaner is amazing for grout, but I wanted to put this out there in case anyone else was looking for an alternative, so you didn't have to put harsh chemical, either use harsh chemicals or put it on your grout kind of thing. So anyways, here I am with the steamer. I busted it out and I'm getting in there, and it is disgusting, the stuff that came out of this grout. It was just like, it's like steaming, like it's just this really powerful steam blast, and it was like really blasting out all this gross stuff all over the place. It was disgusting and amazing all at the same time. I was fascinated, and also like it was really gross. I don't even want to think about what was in that, the particles that were coming up. But see how gross it is. See, look at the grout line. See the gross little chunky particles coming out. Anyways, so I will try to find this and link it in the description. I'm sure I have it in my orders on Amazon, but this was seriously impressive. I was way more impressed than I thought I would be, and it was actually super fun to do. But look at this sponge, by the way. Ugh, so gross, and I kept wiping more stuff off, and it was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, this was super fun, and it took a minute to get through all the grout lines, of course, but it was actually entertaining. And so I went back through where I did the Dawn dish soap and vinegar just to see if compare how well it did. And there was still some gross stuff that came out of the grout lines with the Dawn dish soap and vinegar, but not as much. Wasn't that bad. And I'm still impressed with the Dawn dish soap and vinegar. So if you're not wanting to invest in a steamer, I totally get it. Anyways, I figured I would just show this because I was curious how well they did against this gnarly looking grout. And I'd always used bleach before, but I will say what was really nice is I didn't have to deal with the really, really strong bleach smell or the other chemicals I've used on my grout. I worry about my dogs. I have asthma, and we were sleeping at night and it wouldn't go away, and I was opening up windows. I'm really just going on this whole tangent in case anyone else can relate and was looking for an alternative. All right, so I want to show you the before and after here. Look at the before and the after. I'm going to show you close up before and after. It's like a completely different shower floor. And normally I hate doing the grout in here, but I love the steamer. Okay, so I went back into the shower because I had this one little corner here that still had some gnarly looking moldy mildew stuff. So I went in with the steamer. I was like, let me see what I can do here. So I'm going to show you side by side what it did. This is just me being curious and weird. So look at, okay, so the left is before, the right is after. Yes, it's slightly brighter. I don't know what happened with the lighting on the after, but you can really see there is a difference. Even if you zoom in, there's particles on the left that are not there on the right. I love saying the word particles clearly. Okay, so here I'm just organizing my shampoo bottles and deep conditioners and body scrubs and Olaplex and all the things on my little, what do you call this, seat bench thing. And now we're revealing the shower heads. Okay, wait, look at that. That was the before, and look at this after. And it's like a whole different shower head. That is just, believe that. It's just wild. And as it dries out, you can kind of see some of it come back, but it's a huge improvement. So I'm just scrubbing around the base of the shower head as well, because there was some buildup there. So I'm going in and just scrubbing it and getting it all cleaned off. But this was a huge improvement. And so I went in too and scrubbed the shower head a little bit more just to get some of the remnants off. So here I took off this one as well. And some of it at the top hadn't, like the vinegar wasn't touching the top. So I'm going to have to do it again. But still a huge improvement with these shower heads. It will actually feel like more than a trickle of water coming out now. I'm all excited. All right, so here are some before and after visuals of the shower. This isn't nearly as bad as last year. If you want a really good before and after shower visual, last year was so much worse, but I've been maintaining it this last year. So I guess that's what I get for improving. All right, so here we are in the toilet room. This is just a really tiny room with a toilet in it, and it was impossible to film in here. It kept going in and out of focus. So I got the footage I got, and that was it. Okay, so I cleaned off the top of the toilet first, then got a Clorox toilet wand, a little wet with some toilet. I mean, don't judge me about the toilet water. The whole floor is covered in particles. Don't at me. Okay, so I got a little bit wet, and then I went in on the floorboards and the floor first before I got underneath the whole gross side of the toilet. And then I got in the toilet. I love these Clorox wand things. You wouldn't think they'd be as good as a brush because they're not as aggressive, but they really get under. It's like the shape of it that gets underneath and really gets in there. I'm a big fan. I think these are worth the hype in my opinion. So after I was done using my Clorox wand, I went in with my sponge daddy thing and got the baseboards and the floor, the grout lines, all that kind of stuff. I also went in with my little toothbrush and got all the gross stuff. And then I went in and wiped everything down, dried everything off, got all the baseboards under the toilet area, everything. And honestly, just using the Clorox wand for all of this just makes it so much easier. It's just, you can get everything done at once, scrub everything down, wipe everything down. And that's the only shot I got on my toilet, so it was left like that, looking terrible. Anyways, it looked really nice, bright and shiny when I was done with it, but you know. All right, moving on to the floorboards and floors. We are getting there, getting closer. We're going in the floorboards. I'm using my Dyson with the brush attachment and getting in there, getting all the dust off, getting any whatever is on the floor, getting all the stuff in all the nooks and crannies right now. Then I'm going to go in with my regular little vacuum attachment and go through and vacuum the rest of my floors. All the other areas, the center area of the floor. And now I'm going in and wiping down my floorboards. I'm just using the Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose and a cloth for this. If my floorboards are really bad, I will do a damp cloth with some soap, like some dish soap, and then go in with a dry cloth and dry it off. But it wasn't really that bad here, so I just went in with some Mrs. Meyer's and wiped it down. Now I'm going back in with the steamer. I had way too much fun with it before. I had to get back in there, but also I had some areas of grout in here, and this might be disgusting, but I figure might as well reveal all the disgustingness in case anyone else can relate. But my dog, who's much older, he was starting to have some accidents in here. And although we sprayed it and wiped it up, it had stained some of the grout, and it got all of that out of here. So I was all excited. And also just in general, this has the most traffic in this little area. So I wanted to get in there. Okay, I just wanted to play with the steamer. Okay, who can blame me, right? No, it was really fun though. Okay, anyways, just finishing off some little grout lines, doing some spot cleaning with the steamer, which I'm all excited to do now. And then I changed the attachment of the steamer and put on the little mop head thing. And so I'm going in and steam mopping my floors. I actually thought they were going to be way worse because I've only used a Swiffer on these floors. I've never actually done a full good old mopping or steam mop. But it wasn't, I mean, it was pretty gross, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm also spraying my floors with some all-purpose cleaner just to make them smell good in the process, because you're not supposed to dump anything inside of the actual steamer. So I'm trying to follow the directions, but you know me, I have a hard time with rules. So here we are. We are mopping the floor. And also, if you see some little areas that look a little bit darker, I did go back in there and, of course, steam some more because I love blasting those grout lines. Anyways, here we are just finishing off. I am mopping my way out of the room, and this is the last spot. All right, so after my floor is dry, I got all my towels out of the dryer and rugs, hung up my towels, laid down my rugs in my bathroom, and we are finished. So I'm going to show you the before and after so you can see everything we did today. Thank you so much for cleaning with me today. That was a whole lot to get through, a whole 40 minutes, but hopefully you got something out of this, maybe some cleaning motivation or just some ideas on how to tackle some areas of your home. If you have any of your own tips or tricks, anything you want to throw out there, anything you've tried that's been amazing, let me know down in the comments. I always love geeking out about cleaning supplies, cleaning tips, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up, say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. And let me know if you're doing any spring cleaning yet, what areas of your home you're currently cleaning or wanting to clean. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.